Hello. I realise I've not been on here for quite some time because I've been behind the scenes doing the inner work, just as I know that you have been. And what a couple of years it's been. And for me, and this is just my story that I would like to reflect back because it might have some relevance and points of contact, points that you can actually go, that relates to me. And now that I can see it from a different perspective, it allows me to actually gain the information that perhaps I would otherwise have not been able to see. Because the lenses of perception that we look through, they change our reality and completion. Rose tinted lenses, this light seems quite accepting. Oh, that's bright, that's harsh. I don't particularly want to be there. And there's a lot to be said about the way we view reality and the victories that we have classified to be, or the failings, let's say, as well, on the other side of this. And to me, as always, I take apart words and I see what they mean, the true meaning behind them, with failure being, as I always say, falling around in learnings until realizing everything. Falling around. Like playing in learnings, discovery, until realizing, knowing everything. Falling around in learnings until realizing everything. This is failure. And as we're never going to know everything, we're always going to be failing. So then where do we experience victory and success? Well, this morning's live meditation was all about victory. Victory, Vitori, is the story told via the teller. So whoever tells the story is the victor. And the story that is told is just that, a story. It doesn't even mean that it took place or that it's actually correct in any way. Oh yeah, there was a dragon that I slayed. Maybe in your mind, yes. Maybe in the energetic realm, yes. In the physical realm, in this day and age, most probably not. But all stories of old have some form of background and truth. There was a reason that they were told. So on my journey over the last few years, I have worked through more shit than I could ever even have realized existed. And I used to know, because I focused on it so intently, how much pain and suffering there is around the world. But the focusing on it does not actually ease it. It does not appease the person that is experiencing the pain. It just enters me into that same frequency and vibration and lowers me again. Does no one any good. To empathize, yes. To then be able to make changes, yes. But to drown in the emotion, we'll be there forever, lost in the ocean. What I've been really doing is treading water in the ocean of my mind, churning up all the shit as I started to frantically splash around. And every time that I raised the sediment from the seabed, raised the shit to the surface, it allowed me to see it and to work through it, to integrate it and to remove it, to allow it to just become dissipated and part of reality and a grander scale of things once again. No longer was there a personal attachment to it, so I removed it, or it was removed by whatever we like to label it. 2 years, and for fundamentally about 6 months now, I have been in tremendous turmoil and agony and pain. Day after day, I had been. because this is a story of my victory. Through that period of time, I could have closed my heart, could have shut down, could have preserved this vessel, this body. And as much as my ego has been screaming at me continuously to run away, to hide, or even to fight, I've always come back to love and kept my heart open to it. And that is my victory in this moment, beyond whatever I can express in words. It is the frequency behind it. I kept my heart open to love, and I drowned in that sea of emotions continually, churning up shit day after day and working through it, thinking I was going to be there for eternity. And having done all this and collected all the pieces of the jigsaw that I required, that final piece, that final earth released, or rock that was slightly moved to allow that piece of the jigsaw to raise to the surface and to be used. The blink of an eye, it all changes. And this is true for you. So whatever trials or tribulations that you've been going through, again, know that those failings have brought you to where you are today, and the person you are, and how much more information that you now have access to because of this. And the truth that you're always victorious. Your success rate is one. Your success is one eternal life, or 100%, because you've always been victorious. You've always been successful. Every trial and tribulation you have faced, you have overcome to get to this point here and to be the you that you are. You're 100% successful in life so far. And I know that you'll be 100% successful going forwards in whatever you do. Because whatever you do is right for you. And by doing it, you're being successful in it. You cannot fail. And when you do, you learn and you grow. So you're successful once again. Whoa. That's a little loop that I'd like to be going around, as opposed to the one where I feel like I'm drowning. So in my journey, what I have now done mentally, physically, astrally, energetically, spiritually, consciously, matter-of-factually, everything in existence-ly, E-I-O-U, we cover all bases, in all spaces, in all times, in all races, across all realms of existence, timelines, dimensions, and realities, all lifetimes, including this one now. What I've done is to raise above the surface, to allow for the waters of the mind to begin to settle, and to actually realize that there is no longer a requirement to stay in that heavy, dense sea of emotion that is quite often like tar that we become locked in and begin to drown. And from that higher perspective, we gain a bird's eye view. We can see the bigger picture and know that it's all perfect and divine, just as it is. Know this to be true. And this means that the waters of the mind can settle once again, becoming still and calm, and the fragments, the sediments will settle back down to the bottom. And then I'll be able to see the treasure that resides down there, as well as the true reflection on the surface that shines back to me, that is me, that I see on the face of every person that I see. And beforehand, there would have been so much sediment down there that the treasures were covered and I couldn't see them. I had to go into the waters. I had to churn up some of those pollutants to raise up, to transcend, to work through, to then now allow for the waters to settle once again, and the surface of that treasure box will be able to be seen. And when the time is right and the signal is given, I will dive into the very depths of my mind, of the ocean, open that treasure chest, and ascend. Release those treasures that I will then collect and distribute equally to the entirety of all life forms upon this planet. Not even just to humanity, all life forms, because we are all the same self. So with Mercury retrograde coming up, which I realise that I haven't really even spoken about here, it's been more of a story of a journey that has brought me to here. The energy and the frequency levels are fucking unreal, electric. This energy just behind us that we can feel, that will now actually push us forwards. So all we need to do is just let go and go with the flow. It will take us to where it is that we are most divinely aligned to be as a person, and to go and to feel and experience externally. That we'll come into contact with situations and people beyond what we could have even imagined, because the information we have due to our previous experiences is only due to our previous experiences. And if we try to create the future with the past, we'll just be recreating more of the same. It's knowing that we don't know that which we don't know, and letting go, which allows us to flow from where we are to where it is we are most divinely meant to go. Take the mind away. Just allow yourself to play. And then comes the harvest full moon, where you will harvest everything. So Friday the 9th is Mercury retrograde. Saturday the 10th is the harvest full moon. And you will harvest everything that you are meant to. Everything you've been working towards. Everything that you've been collecting. Then the energetic. It will all be seen. You will reap that which you have sown. On the same day as being National Suicide Day, everything of old will be gone. It will die. It will dissipate. It will no longer be part of your field of vision. So you don't actually need to know if you should stay in a situation or experience, because one way or the other, come Sunday, the day of relaxation and fun day, you will know either way. Left or right, up or down, matters not anymore. You are where you're meant to be. Enjoy the journey and live forever free. And again, this is easier said than done a lot of the time, but not anymore. So as you go ahead and listen to the sound of my voice for a moment or two, just allow, as you perhaps begin to close your eyes and look inwards and up towards the heavens above. And with a deep breath in, just allow as a sense of relaxation begins to wash over and through you. And as you release that breath, release with it everything and anything which is no longer serving you. Breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth. And I'm going to speak incredibly quickly for a moment or two, and this information will be received by you at an unconscious or subconscious level and integrated into every aspect of who you are. You need not do or understand anything that will take place. So just watch and be the observer, if you like. As the reason this will work is because the subconscious mind is a bit like a mainframe or motherboard on a computer. It stores information, programs that it runs in various situations. And if a program is no longer beneficial, then we go in and we replace it. We take the information we needed from an event that perhaps the mind has become locked in, a trauma of old. And then in doing so, we realize that the trauma actually allowed us to grow and to bring us to where we are today. So again, just allow, as you continue to listen and hear what I say, and listening to the music in the background, feeling deeper and deeper down, more and more relaxed with every moment and every whisper and every sound that you hear, with every word being deeply and fully integrated as it travels to your ear, to your mind, your body, your heart, and your soul. And the subconscious mind's highest and truest directive is to protect and serve the body. And if it has been holding on to a belief that is no longer beneficial, well, it now has to release this, to take the information required from it, doing so easily and effortlessly, integrating it and allowing it, accepting it, choosing it, being it, and integrating it. So I invite you to go ahead and to allow the unconscious mind to know what it needs to know at the exact time it needs to know it in order to achieve everything you are here to achieve, doing so easily and effortlessly. To see every past trauma as a way of learning and growth, to allow it to take place, to release it, and to know who you are and to know why you are here, and to be able to achieve even the wildest of your dreams with ease as you smile from ear to ear. And any time that you think of anything positive or negative, anything that is diverse in frequency and up or down, you are reminded of who you are and centered back into yourself, back into your heart with a single breath in and out. You are magic embodied, the entirety of the universe in completion, experiencing itself in separate form, here for a day, gone for tomorrow. So you only ever have this moment of now, the gift of the present day, which is why it is called the present, as it keeps on giving in every way. And the gift of now, the only time we ever have, and the time to do what it is that you choose to do and be the person that you are here to be, the most true and authentic version of yourself in every single way, shape and form. That is true victory. Humanity is at a time when we are evolving far beyond the reach of the mind's capability to understand it or comprehend it. So it again is time to just release and let go, to return to that natural and effortless state of flow, to know everything you need to know at the exact time you need to know it in order to achieve everything you are here to achieve, doing so easily and effortlessly, subconsciously, without a conscious awareness required in any way. Just to allow as you continue to playing the game of life with you as the main character, choosing what it is you do, choosing to be love, to share love, and to know that you are loved. And I would like to invite you now to begin to focus your attention back down towards the physical body that you adopt and experience life through. And as you start to focus on yourself, and travel back, go ahead and integrate this truth of who you are into every fiber of your being, every atom, every molecule, and even the space between, across every lifetime, timeline, dimension, and reality, locking it in place and knowing it to be true with ease. And as you come back round, back towards the ground, wriggling your fingers and your toes and maybe even your nose, focus your attention for a moment towards the ground and actually ground yourself, lock yourself to this earthly realm, securing and fastening. And then calling in a pillar of protective white light, if you like, and any guides or angels or ancestors that might like to deliver information to you and to journey alongside you for a moment or two, or even for the rest of eternity. Who knows? Because we don't try to make it up as we go, we just allow it to be enjoyed and experienced in one moment. This very moment, the only time that we ever have. And as you continue to listen to this, feel that vibration as it pulsates through your entire being. And you can see so clearly. Just allow this all to settle in place. This is your saving grace. You. Check the write up below and follow the link to a collection of meditations that were created for mental support. And please share this as far and as wide as possible, as well as this channel, because it is time to take this information to the whole of humanity. Thank you for bearing with me. I can once again see. My name is Kaine Stromberg, the Cosmic Surfer, and it is my absolute honor and privilege to be part of your journey and to have you as part of mine.